Alright, here we go. Another video from weldingtipsandtricks.com. We're doing a video on a new little tool made by Strong Hand Tools. You may remember we did a video a while back on their Nomad portable welding table, along with all their magnets and toggle clamps and all kind of clamps that work together to clamp practically anything. Well, this one's called a mag tab, and it's for welding tabs on all kind of odd shaped structural steel like pipe and tubing. And it's just an easy way to hold a tab or a small piece of tubing, a small piece of sheet metal, or a washer or a piece of angle iron or whatever in place while you get it lined up to tack it. So it's got little magnets on it, and it's got some adjustments on it. It's got some swivel feet with magnets on it that pretty much align itself to any shape, round or angle iron, inside angle iron, outside or angle iron, anything. And the little magnets are pretty strong. Very surprising how strong they are, actually. I'm just clamping a bunch of odd-shaped odds and ends that were in the toolbox drawer, just to kind of show you. You know, this is kind of stuff people get into. Just and you know, you can tack something. Obviously, without this thing, you can hold it with one hand and tack it with the other. But you know, if you want to get something lined up pretty good, or all in one line on an axis on a pipe to where everything's lined up, this is a good way to do it. All kind of odd shape. You can hold a washer, you can hold a tab. Just pretty much, it's a versatile little tool. I'm just throwing odd shaped stuff up here, and you can kind of hear the magnet kind of snatch whatever I put up there. You can tell the little suckers are pretty strong. Now, here's a little trick. You know that there's a top and a bottom to a ball bearing. I'm going to show you the bottom. See the bottom? Now this is a really good joke for your kids. Gets them laughing. Works every time. Good, clean fun. Bottom of a ball bearing. Okay, enough of that. Alright, the reason I'm using a ball bearing here is they don't get much odder shape than that. And this little sucker is heavy. It's about 1.5 inch ball, and the magnet has no trouble holding onto that thing and holding it in place. Alright, now for the welding. We're just going to do some little sample tack jobs here on just odds and ends that you might want to weld on a piece of pipe, something to have held for you. Lifting lug, tab. You know where this would really come into handy is on a 4130 tubing on chromoly fuselages on small aircraft and experimental aircraft. There's lots of little tabs that get welded for brackets for holding all kind of various hardware on that. And you know, if you're TIG welding, especially where you're using both hands to tack with, it's kind of hard to hold something with one hand and tack with the other. So this little tool would be really handy. I think it's about 10 bucks. I've seen it for sale at Summit Racing website. I think Cyberweld has them for sale. I imagine eventually Northern will carry them because they pretty much handle a lot of strong hand stuff. But if you're using TIG welding to tack with, it'd be especially handy. And like I said, I think it's about $9.99, and I just found it to be kind of handy. Not something you absolutely positively couldn't live without, but you know, for 10 bucks, you really could speed things up a lot. Again, the feet swivel and just pretty much adapt itself to any shape, whether it's round or square or flat even. Here I'm going to weld the ball bearing on now. Just a little word of caution: you really don't want to weld on ball bearings. They're made with such high carbon to be so hard that you can knock them right off with one peck of a ball peen hammer. They'll go flying. But this is just for demonstration purposes only. If you want to do it for decoration or for metal art, it'll hold up just fine for decorative purposes, but you don't want to put it on the end of a slide hammer or anything, because that thing will pop right off and go flying across the room. Alright, thanks for watching another video from weldingtipsandtricks.com.